Om Shanti. This is the Avyakt Murli of 26th of November 1984, and the title is The Truly Cooperative Ones or True Yogis. Today, Baba is looking at the love of the children for the meeting. By remaining under the canopy of one faith and one strength, with the zeal and enthusiasm of the meeting, no upheaval was able to shake their love, even slightly. You changed the obstructions and tiredness and experienced it to be an easy path of love and arrived here. This is called children having courage and the Father giving help. Where there is courage, there is also enthusiasm. If there is no courage, there is no enthusiasm. The children who constantly maintain courage and enthusiasm claim number one through their constant stage. No matter how severe a situation may be, with the wings of zeal and enthusiasm, with the elevated flying stage, you will experience in a second the biggest and most severe situation to be small and easy, because in front of the flying stage, everything is experienced to be like the little toys of a game. No matter how fearsome some situations may be, instead of being fearsome, you will experience them to be natural. You will experience painful situations to make you determined. No matter how sorrowful the situations that come to you may be, the drums of happiness will not allow there to be any influence of the scenes of sorrow. Instead, with peace and power, you will help everyone else by working like cool water on their fire of pain and sorrow. At such a time, desperate souls need help. It is through this cooperation that they will experience elevated yoga. Everyone will accept this true cooperation of yours to be that of true yogis. At such a time of distress, with the revelation of truly cooperative souls, are the true yogis, and from the attainment in a practical way, there will be cries of victory. There is the praise of such a time, thirsty for one drop. This drop of the experience of 1 second's peace and power will enable desperate souls to experience fulfillment. At such a time, the attainment of 1 second will give them the experience of having received the attainment and fulfillment of many births in a second. However, only a soul who has the practice of a powerful stage over a long period of time will be able to quench the thirst of thirsty souls in a second. Now check, are you able to be a master bestower of fortune, a master bestower of blessings, and a master ocean, and in a second give the experience of such a powerful stage in the midst of a fearsome and sorrowful atmosphere of sorrow and pain? If at such a time you become engaged in watching or listening to what has happened, you won't be able to be cooperative. Even the slightest desire for watching or listening will not allow you to create the powerful stage where you can fulfill everyone's desires. Therefore, from now, constantly practice the powerful stage of being ignorant of the knowledge of any temporary desires. Become those who are constant servers and constantly cooperative and yogi in their every thought and at every breath. Just as a broken idol has no value and doesn't have a right to be worshipped, in the same way, a server or a yogi who is not constantly engaged in that doesn't have the right to enable souls to claim a right at such a time. Therefore, the time for such powerful service is now coming close. Time is ringing the bells. Just as devotees ring bells to awaken their special, beloved deities and then put them to sleep and offer bhog, etc., in the same way, time is ringing the bells and alerting you special deities. You have awakened, but you have become busier in the pure household. Time is ringing the bells for you to quench the thirst of thirsty souls and is making preparations for you to practice creating a powerful stage to bring attainment for many births in 1 second. Time is invoking you complete, specially beloved souls to open the curtains of revelation. Do you understand? All of you have heard the bell of time, have you not? Acha. To those who easily overcome all adverse situations with the flying stage, to the constant servers, constant yogis, constant master bestowers, embodiments of bestowers of blessings, who enable souls to become fully satisfied with the attainment of a long period of time in a second, to those who constantly fulfill all desires with the stage of being ignorant of the knowledge of desires, to such Master Almighty Authority, powerful souls, Bapdada's love, remembrance, and namaste. Gangaben related news of Kanpur to Bapdada. You are a constantly unshakable and immovable soul. You experience the Father's canopy of protection in every situation. Do you not? Bapdada always keeps the children safe. You have always received the means of safety from the Father. This is why you always have the Father's hand of love and His company. You have already practiced nothing new. Whatever happened, it was nothing new. Whatever is happening, it is nothing new. You automatically continue to receive touchings. Rehearsals are taking place. At such a time, what are the means of safety and service? What should be your form? Rehearsals for this do take place. At the end, there will be the victory amidst the cries of distress. After the extreme, there will be the end and then the beginning of the new stage. At such a time, the drums of revelation will beat in everyone's mind, even against their conscious wish. The scenes will be delicate, but the drums of revelation will beat. Therefore, you have gone beyond rehearsals. You played your part as a carefree emperor. You did very well. You reached here, and this is the form of love. Acha, in terms of having thoughts, you are free from thoughts. Whatever happened, wah, wah. In this too, some will be benefited. This is why there is benefit in being burnt and benefit in being saved. You wouldn't cry out in distress, "Oh, I got burned." No, there is benefit in that too. Just as you say, Wah, wah. When you are saved, wah, I have been saved. In this way, let there be wah, wah, even at the time of being burnt. This is called a constant and stable stage. It is your duty to save others, but something that is going to get burnt is going to get burnt anyway. There are also many karmic accounts in this. You are a carefree emperor anyway. One went and you received 100,000-fold. This is the slogan of Brahmins. It didn't go, but you received. This is why you are carefree. It is probably because you are going to get something better. This is why it is a gain to get burnt and it is a gain to be saved. Both are gains. What people will see is to what extent you are a carefree emperor, that you are getting burnt, and yet you are a carefree emperor because you are under the canopy of protection. Those people become worried. What will happen? How will it happen? Where will we get our food? How will we carry on? Whereas children don't have that worry at all. Acha, you will now have to make preparations, will you not? Don't think about your leaving, but think about taking everyone with you. You will grant everyone visions, make everyone satisfied, beat the drums of revelation, and then leave. Why should you leave before that? You will return together with the Father. You will go having experienced the wonderful scenes of revelation. Why should you miss out on this? This power of the mind, the worship in the mind, the flowers of love, these final scenes are very wonderful. It is a different matter as to who has a part in the advanced party. However, it is very essential to see these scenes. Those who complete something have accomplished the whole task. This is why the Father comes at the end, and so he has done everything, has he not? So, why don't you also see this wonderful scene with the Father and return with him? Only some have this part. Therefore, don't have the thought of leaving. If you had left, that too would have been fine. However, you were saved, and so that was also good. If you go alone, you will still have to serve in the advance party. Therefore, don't think that you have to go die. Think that you have to take everyone with you. Acha? This is also an experience that has been added. Whatever happens adds to a degree to your experience. Just as others have a higher degree in their study, to experience this means to increase your degree. Bapdada meeting groups. Do all of you consider yourselves to be masters of the self? You are now masters of the self at the confluence age, and in the future you will have the kingdom of the world. Only those who are masters of the self become those who have a right to the kingdom of the world. Do you always consider yourself to be one who has a right to self-sovereignty? That those physical organs are your workers, and that you make them function with a right over them? Or do the physical organs become the king sometimes? Are you yourselves the kings, or do the physical organs sometimes become the kings? Do the physical organs sometimes deceive you? If you are deceived by anyone, then you have taken sorrow. Deception brings you sorrow. If there is no deception, there is no sorrow. Therefore, you are those who stay in happiness, intoxication, and power of being masters of the self. The intoxication of being a master of the self is the intoxication that takes you into the flying stage. Intoxication of limited things causes harm, but this unlimited intoxication, unique spiritual intoxication, is one that enables you to attain happiness. So, you are a true king of the kingdom, whereas the kingdom of the subjects is a kingdom of chaos. There has been a kingdom of kings from the beginning. In the last birth, there is the kingdom of the people. So, you have now become those who have a right to the kingdom. You were beggars for many births, and now, from being beggars, you have become those who have a right. Bap Dada always says, children, remain happy, remain fruitful, and prosperous. The more you consider yourself to be an elevated soul and perform elevated actions, speak elevated words, and have elevated thoughts, then with these elevated thoughts, the more you will claim a right to the elevated world. This self-sovereignty is your birthright. It is this that will enable you to claim a right for birth after birth. Blessing, may you be an image that attracts everyone by merging your heart in the heart of the Comforter of Hearts and becoming an easy yogi. To give your hearts to the Comforter of Hearts means to make him sit in your heart. This is called easy yoga. Your head will work where your heart is. When you have given your heart and head, that is, your awareness, thoughts, and power to the Father, you belong to the Father in your thoughts, words, and deeds. Then there is no margin to have any other thoughts or be attracted to anything in any way. Then even your dreams will be based on this. When you say that everything is yours, there cannot be any other attraction. You will easily become an image that attracts everyone. Slogan: let there be intense love in your heart for the Father and the Divine Family, and you will continue to achieve success. Om Shanti.